With Iraq and Afghanistan in ruins, the toll of 2 decades of continuous combat has left the American military machine physically exhausted, and its hardware scattered across the desert. This exhaustion has forced military recruiters to adopt desperate measures to fill the ranks, including the recruitment of individuals directly from mental institutions to meet fluctuating quotas. A nation suffering this level of military depletion would typically pull back and prioritize the recovery of its domestic forces. Instead, the political establishment follows a consistent formula to expand hostilities: invent a looming threat, demonize the target head of state, coerce the United Nations into acquiescence, and systematically reject every offer of a peaceful resolution. This pattern suggests the war on terror is not driven by American national security, but by a host nation sacrificing its own stability to serve the geopolitical interests of an external parasite. Neoconservative doctrine, championed by figures like Michael Ledeen at the American Enterprise Institute, explicitly demanded the preemptive destruction of regimes in Baghdad, Damascus, Tehran, and Riyadh to secure a durable peace for Israel. This agenda persisted even when it directly conflicted with American safety. Following the September 11th attacks, Bashar al-Assad's Syrian government provided the CIA with high-quality intelligence that helped thwart al-Qaeda operations and save American lives. Despite this cooperation, Washington continued to push for the overthrow of the Syrian government, largely because of its support for Hezbollah, a resistance group whose primary adversary is Israel. During the Bush administration, intelligence alliances that actively protected the American homeland were discarded to satisfy the strategic requirements of a foreign power. This foreign policy trajectory remained steady under President Barack Obama. The lobby driving these interventions simply pivots between political parties to ensure its regional mandate is executed. A secret 2012 Defense Intelligence Agency report detailed how the U.S. supported radical Sunni factions, including al-Qaeda in Iraq, to isolate the Syrian government. A leaked email from then-Secretary of State Hillary Clinton further clarified these priorities, stating that bringing down the Assad government would benefit Israel's security and ease its fears regarding its regional nuclear monopoly. This same logic led to the NATO-led destruction of Libya. The intervention dismantled Africa's wealthiest, most independent state, leaving a chaotic, failed state in its wake. Following the collapse of the Libyan state, the CIA established a rat line to funnel weapons from Muammar Gaddafi's captured arsenals directly to anti-Assad insurgents in Syria. The Obama administration used the alibi of protecting civilians to dismantle stable nations, fulfilling a bipartisan mandate that prioritized geopolitical engineering over regional stability. This strategy is most visible in the portrayal of Iran. While public rhetoric depicts the nation as an existential military threat, internal Israeli assessments acknowledge that Iran is a risk-averse actor, deterred by the prospect of a retaliatory second strike. Iran's nuclear program is viewed as a political threat because its success would end the regional monopoly that currently allows the U.S. and Israel to shape the Middle East without opposition. The drive for sanctions and military threats against Tehran is an effort to maintain foreign hegemony rather than a defense of the American public. During his campaign, Donald Trump adopted a non-interventionist stance, specifically warning that an attack on Syria would lead only to debt and further conflict. On April 7, 2017, President Trump abandoned those promises and launched 59 Tomahawk cruise missiles at a Syrian airbase. This reversal illustrates the influence of an entrenched, nonpartisan apparatus that dictates American war policy, regardless of campaign rhetoric or the personal views of the elected president. These wars point to a terminal condition. The U.S. acts as a host, its liberties consumed by a parasitic interest demanding perpetual war. This vulnerability existed before September 11th. The war on terror simply finalized the transformation into a tool for an external master. This mirrors Cicero's historical warning of internal treason, a traitor moving freely within the gates, rotting the nation's soul until it can no longer resist. If the American Republic is to survive, we must evaluate who truly controls the levers of power in Washington and acknowledge the reality hidden behind our democratic facade.
Thank you for watching our video. If you found value in it, please take time to leave a like, subscribe to the Bookish Breakdown channel for more, and share this video with a friend.